Alright you guys, welcome back for another episode of Home Cook / Butcher. Today we have a special item on the menu, St. Louis spare ribs. So we make a really good pork spare rib, and today you're going to learn how to make one too. In my opinion, the way we're going to do these ribs are as good as you can do pork ribs without a smoker, which is why this is important for you, because most of us don't have a giant nice smoker. We got an oven, we might have a gas grill or a charcoal grill, and so after this video you should know how to make a perfect pork rib easily at home. Now I always go for either baby back ribs or spare ribs, okay? The way that I choose is by whichever one's on sale, and this time it was the spare ribs. Getting them for $1.97 a pound, which is pretty unbeatable. You know, basically for $8 you can feed 2 adults a deluxe meal that, you know, might be unforgettable if you can prepare the ribs the way we're going to do them today and pull it off, I promise. So yeah, very cheap, very efficient, not a lot of equipment, not a lot of special seasonings needed. Today I'm going to show you all about it. It'll be fun while we're doing it. Let's go. Alright, next thing to do after you get set up to prepare your ribs, obviously cutting board, weapon of choice, always 6-inch boning knife. You have your seasoning mix. We're going to use a dry rub today that I crafted, mostly salt, sugar, brown sugar, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, a little cumin, some red chili that my sister brought me from New Mexico, and that's about it. Black pepper, let's go. So very simple seasoning rub at this stage, and we're just gonna break these down, get them ready to be seasoned. So show you how to do that. These can be a little tricky, depends on how far you want to take it. I don't really trim too much off of these. What I do like to try to do sometimes is to take the tendon off the back of the ribs, and that makes it so that they can lose their fat a little bit better on the grill. If you keep this tendon on, then a lot of the fat just builds up inside of there and you get little grease pockets in the back of the meat. I don't fight this too hard. I used to take it off all the time in the butcher shop when I was like set up to do so with unlimited clean towels and all the time, but you know, at home if it fights me a lot, sometimes I'll just slit it a couple times down there, give the fat exit. But we're going to try to remove the fat today, or this tendon from the back side of these ribs, so that they can just cook a little bit better. It's like it wants to come off on this set, and you could use paper towels. I think it's better to use a nice dry towel. Just pick it at one end. You can get it started a little bit, and then yeah, a lot of times just comes right off. Boom. Not too bad there. And like I said, I don't get super particular about this. There's a little bit left on there. It's not going to bother me any. It actually cooks down and becomes tender, so it's not like bad eats to leave it on. It's just something you could do to help them cook a little bit easier and be a little more appealing to your guests or whoever you're cooking them for. This is a family favorite over here. This is Naomi's favorite thing that I make her, is ribs. Of all the things, all the prime ribs, all the steaks, all the different meals that we make around here, this is Naomi's favorite. So Evelyn loves them too. I always make them for house guests because it's inexpensive and people love it. Some of this fat you can just set over here to the side. We'll throw that all away at once. I do have another rack to do, but we're not going to put all that in the video. You know, so if I show you one, that's all you need. When it comes to seasoning, a lot of people will use a binder. I think the last 2 times I used mustard.
It went unnoticed by anybody who ate it. I'm not sure how important that actually is. I mean, you're adding a binder to something that's already damp. I mean, if you want the flavor, I'd say to do it, but you'll see, like, as you apply your rub, you're gonna apply generously. And the way that we're gonna do these ribs, very simple, but very flavorful. We're gonna do in the oven first, and it's a very simple cook time and temperature to remember. I've found through years making these: 3 hours at 300. That's your magic cook temp and time for an oven in your house. Once they come out of the oven from 3 hours at 300, we're gonna put them on the grill to finish them. And by far the most flavorful way would be with charcoal and the wood chips of your choosing. Today we're going to use applewood, which tastes excellent. It's not such a rich smoked flavor wood chip, I would say. Maybe a little bit lighter, sweeter. Goes excellent with pork. And, you know, this is a very, very fatty piece of meat, so, you know, plenty of seasoning is fine. And keep in mind, these are gonna sit in foil and sweat and drip for 3 hours. A lot of that seasoning comes off in the juices, but it can stand up. I mean, you see that this is like without a binder. It seems to be binding just fine, and that will provide plenty of base flavor. The rest of the flavor we're going to get from the charcoal and the wood chips. Once your meat is seasoned, then you can move it over to the foil, and everybody knows how to fold up something in foil. That's all we're going to do with these ribs too. You're going to make it so that there's no holes in the bottom of the foil. Fold it up, don't fold it under. When it goes in the oven, you want all the creases in the foil to be on the top side, because these will juice a lot. I'm going to put another layer of foil all the way around it, and then I'm going to put it in the oven at 300 for 3 hours. And that's it. It's pretty simple. Alright, you guys, so it is time to put the ribs in the oven, and this is what they should look like once they are seasoned and ready to go into the oven. Of course, we wrap them in foil. They're going to be going in at 300 for 3 hours. Should be very, very simple to remember. Don't call me. You're gonna ask, dude, how long again? It's easy. 3 hours, 300. That'll be the perfect level of tenderness where when you bite them, they come off the bone, but they don't just fall off when you pick the bone up on your plate. See you guys in 3 hours. Okay, so ribs have come out of the oven and they've been resting for about 30 minutes. While they were resting, I lit the coals on the grill and getting ready to finish these on the grill. But you can see, you know, at 3 hours, 300 degrees, the meat is tender, okay, but you can still handle these, and it's not just gonna fall right off the rib bone itself and become a mess. So at this stage, that's really what we want. Once they're done smoking on the grill for another hour or so, they'll put that final amount of tenderness to them. And so it done and got dark on us outside, and I don't really have proper lights to show you exactly what my grill setup is, but it's literally just a Weber charcoal grill, the one that costs $80 that you could buy at any Walmart, any Home Depot, any Lowe's, any day. And so I put the charcoal to one side. I put the ribs offset from the charcoal heat. And then we're going to use these beautiful Applewood wood chips. And about every 20 minutes or so, I'll go out and flip the ribs around and put another handful of wood chips on the charcoal. And that's where they're going to get the rest of their flavor from. I can tell you right now, just out the oven, I mean, I would be happy to serve these to anybody. You know, just a little bit of sauce on the top, warm sauce. I wouldn't be ashamed to serve these to anybody. But putting them on the charcoal with the wood smoke is going to really elevate them to like a restaurant style quality rib. And so, Maggie, sit. Pa? Oh, good girl. There you go, baby. Lucky, sit. Pa? Good girl. You gonna have a little treat too. Yeah. I will see you guys in about an hour once the ribs are done smoking. And you can see the final product. Okay, so ribs have been smoking on the grill for, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. We had some family drama that we had to address, and the ribs did not go on the grill right when I wanted to. The coals had already gotten a little bit colder than I would have liked to start the smoking process. Nonetheless, they've been on there. Who knows, maybe they'll turn out better because they didn't get burned at all. Sorry, I don't have any light on my back patio, so it's going to be dark for a minute. I'm just grabbing the ribs off the grill, and then we'll take them inside, put them on the cutting board, have an inspection, make plates, and call it a day. So, you know, I probably would have liked for these to have gotten a little more caramelized, but who knows? Sometimes I end up burning them a little bit because the barbecue sauce is sugary and tomatoey, and doesn't always do well under high heat. So, you know, I think they're actually perfect. Today we used Austin Original Stubbs Legendary Sauce. It's a good one. And I left my tongs outside. Sorry. Gotta have my tongs. Maggie is following closely. Let's just see what we got. Yeah. Ooh, they are tender. I don't know. To all my rib aficionados, I don't know. Not too bad, you know, and all you have is an oven and a charcoal grill. You know, but you can see I messed them up a little bit with my tongs, flipping them, you know. Not super pretty, but I'm not serving it on a plate. In the whole rack, you know. I spoil my guests when I'm feeding them. So we're gonna cut individual ribs for our plates. And why not? Why not? It tastes great. Why not? A little macaroni with some cheddar cheese, guys. That's it. That's as good as a rib as you can make in your house, in an apartment, whatever. No fancy equipment, you know, no giant smoker. Just a man with a charcoal grill and some wood chips, and you can have restaurant style barbecue, no problem. Good night.